Benny, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, sure. Arne, I thought first half the way you came back, you looked the likelier to go on and win that. So from your perspective, what changed second half that enabled PSV to regain the initiative?
Mainly the goal, I think. Although in the start of the second half, before they scored the goal, we already struggled more than in the first half. We had more problems, or I wouldn't say problem, but we had more difficulty in being as aggressive in the press as we were in the first half. That had a bit to do with Hugo Ekitike, who straight after half-time felt his back a little bit, and that's why his press wasn't as aggressive as the first 45 minutes. And I know, because I follow the Dutch league, if you are not aggressive enough against PSV, they have players that can outplay you, because they're a very good team, very good football players on the ball. And that's what we saw in the second goal they scored. But again, after they scored the second goal, I think we had our chances to equalise. But not for the first time this season. We don't take the chances we have.
We obviously saw individual mistakes as well for the goals. I know there probably wasn't enough of a push maybe on Virgil for the penalty as the arm went up. Mo could possibly have done more for the second goal, and there was a mistake from Konate for the third. I mean, what do you put those individual errors down to at the moment?
I think it's always about the team, and I think we are all we can all do better. Individuals, the three you were talking maybe about, but I think this goes for everyone, including myself. So I don't think this is the time to emphasize on individual errors. It's more the time to talk about the team instead of the individual errors, because individual errors are made in football, and we have to make sure that if we make them, we how do you say this? React or make it up. I think that's the better word, to make it up, and so that it doesn't lead to a goal. And if it does lead to a goal, that we are good enough then to come back into the game, and that's a team thing and not an individual thing.
Just to check then, take it the Konate substitution was purely tactical rather than taking him out of the firing line.
Yeah, I find that one difficult, because up to the moment you were just describing, I think he played a good game. But if you go 3-1 down, I think what I've always done and what I will keep doing is then bring an extra attacker in. And I found that hard, because I knew that the outside world would probably then focus even more on the error he made. But I think it was the decision I had to make, but unfortunately it didn't lead to anything, except then that they scored the 4-1.
Is it too dramatic to say the players are a bit shell-shocked at the moment? What are you seeing from them in the dressing room?
What does shell-shocked mean?
Bereft of confidence, just a bit shocked at the way things have gone over the last few weeks?
I think it's a shock for everyone, for the players, for the journalists over here, for me, for everyone. This is a shock. That is very, very, very unexpected if you look at the quality we are having. So is it a lack of confidence? I didn't see that in the first half. Of course, it's hard if you concede straight after losing 3-0 straight into this game. You concede the goal, but I saw the mentality that these players have shown so many times since I'm here. Came back in a way you would like to come back, so created chances. We kept them on their half. And after another setback by conceding the 2-1, I also saw us creating chances again to score the 2-2. But in the end of the game, I saw that it affected maybe one or two players, that we were 3-1, 4-1 down. Yeah, that's true.
Arne, you said there needs improvement from everybody, including yourself. But do you think it's there's been discussion about your position? Do you think that's fair after somebody who has won the title 5-6 months ago?
I don't think it's important if it's fair or not, but that it's normal. That I understand. If any manager around the world loses football games, let alone so many as we've lost, it's quite normal that people have an opinion about that. And if that's fair or not fair, that's for other people to judge. But that it's normal. I think it is that if you lose so many times, that people start talking about that. Yeah.
Can I just check, did you say with Hugo it wasn't a specific kind of injury for him? when he came
No,
off.
I don't know
It
how
was
you
more-
say. He felt his back spasm
Back
or
spasm.
back spasm. Yeah.
Just one behind me.
Arne,
Ja.
goedenavond. Je spelers maken fouten die we helemaal niet van ze kennen, van dit soort topspelers gewend zijn. Er zijn ook goede fases, maar ze maken soms hele gekke beslissingen, gekke keuzes. Wat kan jij daar als trainer mee? Je zei dat je altijd de verantwoordelijkheid op je moet nemen, maar je ziet het gebeuren. Wat kan je ermee en hoe kom je hier nog uit?
Nou, ik zie ze niet 90 minuten lang gekke keuzes maken. Ik zie ze over het algemeen hele goede keuzes maken. Dat leidt er ook toe dat we over het algemeen ongelooflijk dominant zijn in wedstrijden. Alleen wat ik wat minder zie is dat we vanuit de vele goede keuzes die we maken, dat dan ook omzetten naar goals. En op het moment dat we dat niet doen, ja, dan blijft een wedstrijd constant, kan beide kanten opvallen. En dan, op momenten, zie je inderdaad wel eens een keus die, of nou niet een keus, maar een uitvoering van een actie die je niet misschien gewend bent. Maar dat heeft denk ik ook wel een beetje te maken met het feit dat de score dan ook is zoals die is. Dus op het moment dat je dan misschien vanuit hoe je speelt 1-2, 2-1, 3-1 voor staat, dan denk ik dat je ook die uitvoering van die acties die we nu wat meer zien dan minder zouden zien.
Het is een merkwaardige situatie voor heel Liverpool, al deze nederlagen. Je merkt het ook, er komen vragen zelfs over jou, nadat je ze vorig jaar kampioen hebt gemaakt. Ja. Voel jij je nog helemaal zeker en veilig van je plek op dit moment als hoofdtrainer van Liverpool?
Ik denk dat het altijd zo is dat een trainer zich tot de laatste dag veilig voelt waar hij zit. En ik heb dat ook eerder gemerkt dat ik heel veel steun krijg van bovenaf. Alleen het zou ook prettig zijn als we dat nou eens een keer gaan omzetten in overwinningen. En ik denk dat het ook zo hoort te zijn dat zolang een trainer ergens werkzaam is, dat je hem het gevoel geeft dat hij nog de juiste trainer voor je is. Op het moment dat je dat niet doet, zou ook een beetje gek zijn. Hè? Dus dat gevoel heb ik zeker. En het is niet voor de eerste keer dat we bij deze club in een moeilijke situatie zitten nadat we kampioen zijn geworden. Maar ja, het zou toch wel een keer tijd worden dat we wedstrijden gaan winnen, dat is duidelijk.
Arne, are you worried about your position as manager with all the defeats? You said on Saturday that there's a way out with the quality of the players,
Yeah.
but if the quality isn't showing itself, what happens?
I don't agree with you that the quality isn't showing itself. I see enough moments that players show their quality, but it doesn't reflect in the score or in the results. That is clear. But no, I'm not worried. What I mean with that is that my focus is on other things than worrying about my own position. I try to analyze, try to help the players as much as I can, and it's obvious that I don't do it in the way I did that last season because when you talk about individual errors, I think that's also something that comes from a team effort. So again, I need to do better, and that's why I'm trying to do every single day to improve the team, and that is where my main focus is, to be honest.
From the front here.
Hi Arne, it sounded like you said in Dutch that you got support from people above you. I mean, have you had those conversations with Richard Hughes, with people like that about your own situation at the moment?
Yeah, but not in the sense that they tell me every single minute from we support you, we support you, we support you. But we talk a lot if we are winning last season and if we are losing, and then they're helpful to me, to the team. So yeah, we do have those conversations, but they don't call me every single minute of the day to tell me that they still trust me. But we do have the normal conversations, and in those conversations I feel the trust, but haven't spoken to them after this game yet. So let's see.
On the back.
Hi Arne, wat vond je van PSV en waarom kregen jullie geen grip op ze de tweede helft?
Ik vind dat PSV heel erg goed kan voetballen als je tijd en ruimte geeft. Dus dat moet je zoveel mogelijk voorkomen. En dat hebben we in hele kleine fases in de tweede helft niet gedaan. Waardoor zij dan in staat zijn.
Half, didn't they? But they had a really good evening, and they went into attack. They scored. The second goal was a great attack, I have to be honest. I didn't feel as though they played in our half, but you know, you can. I don't think that we. I think we had a lot of possession during the match, but there were also phases of the match where PSV played it quite well and it was easy for them.
All the talk about your job in here, how do you feel personally? Are you going home after these defeats, and how long does it take you personally to get over defeats in this bad run of form?
Long. Longer than after a win, because after a win you're straight away focused on the next one. Now you try to find answers as much as you can, but that's not as simple as people might think it is, because if it would have been that simple, I would have used those answers for us to start winning again. But the focus is, as always in football, is mainly also about trying to prepare them for the next game. And preparing them is not only tactically. That could also mean that I need to have individuals conversations tomorrow, or team conversations with players. I try to put as much effort in as I can to improve the situation. Not only me, by the way, my staff does the same, and the players are putting in a lot of effort as well. Although sometimes when you look at 3-0 loss, 4-1 loss, you tend to feel as if we don't do enough. But again, today I saw a team that was trying after multiple setbacks, but unfortunately not able to get a result.
Thank you, everyone.
Zo, goedenavond allemaal. Bennett, jij wilde beginnen toch?
Ja, is oké.
Ja, Edin.
Ja, Peter, van harte gefeliciteerd. Nog nooit won een Nederlandse club hier.
Dutch club has never won here before. Are you proud about that? I've not played here, so it's the first time. Yeah, it's obviously we're proud from what the lads let show. Winning here is obviously it's a big performance. Is it on your bucket list, winning a victory on Anfield? No, I don't have one. Don't have a bucket list, but it's really special. What did you enjoy the most this evening? From what the type of football that we let everyone see. We came here to win, and so you have to play really, positionally play really well. You have to build up well from the back, and that's what we did. That seems a little bit risky at times, and it doesn't always. You don't always succeed in doing it, but that was the way to win the match. How did you experience the second half? No, better than the first half. I think that we began well. We went 1-0 ahead, and that was in a phase within. We played really well, and we put Liverpool under pressure. And then we had a period where we didn't play so well, and fortunately, we got through it. In the second half, we changed a little bit how we positionally stand on the pitch. The first half, we were a bit sloppy in possession. We lost a lot of sloppy balls. And then the second half, we turned it around and we looked good. You know, looking in that analysing role, what was it like when you were at the pitch? I hope I was just as happy as all the lads. Of course, they've done something really special tonight. Winning at Anfield against Liverpool is a performance, a big performance. And if you're being honest, if I look at the pool, the group of teams that we're up against, and that we got 8 points, I would have said, yeah, my God, I'm glad we could actually get through this match and through the group. just big clubs that we play against. It's only big clubs we play against, and we've lost from a couple. You came up against Slot and you shook his hand. What did you say to each other? Well, we're going to have a little drink together in a bit, and then we'll really say something, possibly some strong drink, eh? Peter, congratulations. Thank you. How is this in all the victories that you've had as a trainer? This is obviously one of the most beautiful. But lucky, I've been a trainer for a long time, so I've had lots of nice victories, and also with PSV. Severe away. Shakhtar, we scored in the 89th minute, and we made it 3-2. There's a few matches like that with really nice victories, if you look like the clubs. Napoli at home, 6-2, that was a big win. But winning 4-1 away at Anfield, yeah. I haven't counted them. What did you say in the half-time break? So they have to go and start playing football again. And when I call it footballing, it's football, but they build up from the back. Keep the ball in possession longer. You make the opponent run after the ball. That's what you do, and create the space, and the space came. What was the plan from the beginning, and what did you succeed in doing? This was the plan, that we would start playing football, and that's how I put the players into position. Every position, we've got a lad who can play really well. We shouldn't be playing a long ball. Then we won't be keeping hold of the ball, and then we're not going to win the tackles, the duels. And then we can, if you have the ball, we can put the opponents under pressure. We can't do that for 90 minutes. You see that quite often, that you see us in a low block, and if you need to be in a low block, then you're going to have to defend well on that low block. Yesterday, Guus Til had never scored in a European competition, so when you do it well. What a lovely goal that was. I was right in the line, in the ball that Mauro had to give, and it was so perfect. Looking behind it, so great that he's so happy that he scored. I haven't seen it in front of the camera. What did you say to him in the dressing room? I haven't really specifically said anything to him, but I can imagine that for him, that it's finally the feeling of he had finally scored, and that's just great. Joey Feeman was in front of the camera, and he admitted that when they go into the hotel, we'll have a little chat in the hotel room. And how have you experienced this evening? When you get there, what do you do? So I think you can say I'll have a little glass of wine. I don't really sleep after a match. Hopefully I'll sleep better, but the players, because Sunday they're playing again, a big important match. But I'm not going to think about that now. But yeah, it's a coming. Just enjoy it tonight with each other. Go back tomorrow, and then we'll look forward to the next match. What's your favourite part of the match? After the match, what do you like to drink? I'll have a red wine. Congratulations. Peter Shoughton was defending against such a player of that quality. How do you explain that? I don't think that hasn't got anything to do with it. But I did find that he played really, really well. From a defensive point of view, positionally he was great, and he brought us into the game. He allowed us to play football. He sat in between the lines, and for us that was really important, especially for the way we want to play. But it was the way he defended today, together with Jarek, they were really strong. It's a bit of a discussion point, but you've got like a midfielder playing as a defender. Is this not the position for him going forward? I'd rather that you'd not discuss that with him. For the time being, it works well, and that's that. So you don't really have a discussion with him. I'll put him where I think the team needs him. It's not always nice for him, but the team needs him to do that. So you saw that, you know, you've seen that I can put people in different positions. When we played Nac Breda, Yerdy came into midfield, but I didn't do that tonight because Yerdy played really well defended. I didn't have to do that. How important is it for Dutch football that you've won from the Italian champions, now from the Liverpool champions? Well, of course, for Dutch football, it's really good. And, you know, we're getting points, putting points on the board. Looking at the first match that we lost, and then no one gave us a chance in this tournament. It's typical Dutch, you know. We haven't qualified yet, but we still need points. But this is really nice, eh? I think that it really means something for us in Europe. Congratulations, Peter. Ivan Perisic came out of the match. I don't know what it is. He's never had a muscle injury, so he felt that it didn't feel right, so he put his hand up straight away. I don't know how serious it is. He sort of gave a sign towards his backside. I think it was his muscle somewhere there. I don't know. Substitute did it quite well. He predicted, you know, he's really doing well. You know, he just needs some minutes. And that's what you want to see as a coach, isn't it? Yeah, for sure. But also for him. And a lot of lads, they learnt a lot of lessons today. And one of the lessons for him is, and also he came in against Napoli, that perhaps it's easier to produce when you come against some other team. He has to learn that the energy that he has to come in each match and do that. You've seen how he changes it, how he's so quick, yeah? You haven't got a voice left there, Peter. So in this stadium you have to shout a little bit louder, don't you? So it felt as though with the fans singing it was a home match. No, I haven't been at this club for so long, sorry. But when we're playing away, you know, the atmosphere that the supporters produce, it's really good. Wasn't that nice when we played Arsenal? I mean, we lost 7-1, like, of course, but when we were in London, it was great atmosphere, and tonight was just as good, yeah. Enjoy. Thank you. Yeah, congratulations again for this masterclass. What do you think about this match? Well, when you win, you know, by how many we won, you know, but it's more about how we played in order to do this. You know, we thought you had to create chances. So the 1-1, it was about all mentality. You know, knocking the ball out from over the halfway line and kicking the balls out into Rosette. Now I don't really see that being what we did. I think there's the shots that we blocked and the tackles that we made in the box where we stayed on our feet. We got a penalty, you know, but you could also get a penalty again. So you have to be really careful, and I think you have to play quite cleverly and quite carefully, and I think mentally wise, I think we really did put the dagger between the teeth and enjoy the red wine. Thank you, Peter. Congratulations. You were talking about having a party, riding cars and that. Is this not a great moment for your team to do that? No, but you don't win every match every week with 4-1. And it's also not always the best of jobs. I'm going to come against the lesser time, and you know I'm going to have difficulties. So you know it's not really great. A little party you can have, that's great, and you know you can say it's nice, but You know, no one's always the loser. This period, this season, you can really enjoy it, like this match, what you've done. We're going to enjoy it, but we're not going to be too long doing it. You know, from tomorrow, we're back to business again. It's just as good as your last match, your last result. If you want to play in the top of the league, top level, every match you're going to have to win, and you have to approach every match like that. You know, tomorrow I'll be thinking about the next match. Saladina and your central defenders, you know, it's all about that, how they played quite well. What did you think of him in the second half? I think the first half we lost the ball a lot, and you know, he's one of the young lads. They will have learned a lot, and especially from this match, the pressure in this sort of stadium, and you're still able to play football. I think he's a really good footballer. But, you know, he did lose a lot of possession, you know, really unnecessary loss of possession. A little bit, like, you know, fearful when he was on the ball, but the second half he played really well. You know, if you could get him on the ball, you know, the lads from these sort of matches, you know, they're brilliant. Peter, were you able to enjoy the match during the match? Were you able to do that? During the match, you know, you're just looking like, how are we in the match? Who's helping who? Who's having a little bit of problems? Who's doing well in the position? I wanted to substitute him a bit earlier. And, yeah, he was already ready. He was unchanged, ready to come on. And in that phase, I really wanted to bring three lads off, you know, but really, you know, bringing two out, substitutes, you know, I think that's the maximum you can do. So you're looking at a match in that way, and you're not really enjoying it, you know, as much. The 3-1 was really good, but the 4-1, yeah, I mean, that was a relief. Yeah, you're running off from the bench. That was really nice to see. You know, that's, you know, how big Liverpool are. That has an influence on how they celebrate. The atmosphere in the group, you know, that's just great. It's really special, and it's really nice that one of the lads who's on the bench then goes and comes on and scores. He's made 4 goals in the Champions League and 2 in the Eredivisie. He scored 4 in the Champions League. Yeah, so I'm not going to put him in the Eredivisie again. Last question from Peter. Well, congratulations. He's got to be able to do that in other matches. If you're a bit critical, is it not a bit mad that, you know, one of those is not getting a starting position? Shouldn't he just be automatically in the starting 11? No, it's, you know, I've also been a sub, and I think that, you know, I think that's okay for me, but it's not easy. You've got the preparation for the match. If we come here, you come into the stadium, then I already know that I don't have to motivate anyone. It's, you know, that's just logical. It comes from its own. You know, can you, in the Eredivisie, win in a smaller stadium? You know, that's a bit difficult, but, you know, but everyone's human, and, you know, but at the end of the day, every game, you have to be like that. You have to have the same way of playing. So, you know, even if you're coming off the bench, I think he'll be okay. He's going to make it. Again, well, congratulations, Peter. So after the training, it came from Diogo. You went to the memorial of Diogo Jota. What was that like? Special. We talked about it before. We found that we had to do that, and that came from our whole squad. With the staff, Marcel was also there. The whole squad. Yeah, it's very impressionable. It's nice that we're not talking about football here now. That just supersedes everything else. It's terrible. So.
Ignacio? Ja. Wie mag er beginnen? Bennett?
Yeah, congratulations. You've brought it with. Was that a scenario, the type of thing that you'd think that, you know, at Anfield, this is the type of thing you get? No. It's a dream, it's a childhood dream. And it's happened. It's not what you've put on your bucket list. Is this one of the games that are going to stay with you forever? Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's just a dream. You know, that's become reality. Everyone's really happy. The whole of Holland, the Netherlands. The whole of the Netherlands, I don't know, but yeah, Eindhoven for sure. Can you tell us something about you when you came on as a sub, as the trainer said? You know, when I come in, I saw that he had some problems, so you got to come in, and as a sub, you got to see what your subs are, see what your possibilities are, and what you can do. And I saw that there was a lot of space in transition, and I know that the spaces get a bit bigger, and you know, I got that 2 times, and yeah, then I finished them off, which was the nicest, the best. Yeah, the second one was 4-1, PSV, something to be proud of. What was it like on the pitch and in the dressing room? Yeah, of course, it was fantastic. If you win here 4-1 against Liverpool at Anfield, I don't think anyone could have said that before the match, you know, but we've done it, and, you know, you can celebrate that, of course. Congratulations. What's it like to win in such a way against Liverpool and to play against them? Yeah, it's really bizarre. Really strange that it can happen so. We can just be really super happy about it. Really made up. You know, fight for each other. You can just be really proud on yourselves. We really, it worked out well for us. Where does that confidence come from? Seriously, you saw that in the game, especially in the second half. You know that it's going to be a difficult match. And we know that Liverpool weren't in exactly the best form, so we scored in the 5th minute really quickly, and they came back. So then you have to really be strong and keep on playing football, do what we can do, and let the ball do the talking, help each other, and then you know, you see, you can get a little bit more impatient, and you know, got more room, and you know, in transition, the ball you didn't really got the ball from him, but yeah, he ran quite well, and you know, he saw me. You know, I got into the box. The only thing I thought was shoot. It just has to go in. Yeah, and yeah, I hit him really well, and he went into the corner. Yeah, but I've been training on that. You hit him really hard. What did the lads say to you as you got that little trophy there? All the lads are really happy. It's a really nice group that we've got. Everyone's happy for each other. You know, I'm a sub, but I was also so happy that Ivan scored or somebody else scored. We're just a team where everyone has to do their part, and if we do that, we go far. And all the lads were happy, and you know, it was really good for the group. So you know, as you play and you win against Liverpool at Anfield, what do you think about that? It's great that we've won this match, but you know, we've still got to win a few more matches. We've got eight points from those matches, and you know, it's got 3 matches more, and maybe you'll be in the starting lineup. Yeah, please, I'd like that. Yeah, please. Now, it's just you want to play as much as possible. And today I've got some minutes, and Sunday hopefully I'll be there again on Sunday's match. So the trainer hopefully can give me a chance. I give my own. I give my all. And yeah, I just have to. The minutes that I get, I just have to take those with two hands. And Joey Fairman said we're going to have a little chat in the hotel. The trainer says he's going to have a little red wine. What are you going to do? I'm going to go for a sleep. And maybe see if I wake up from this dream. I really don't know. Just going to really celebrate this as a team. You know, have a nice bit to eat, have a laugh, and you know, we've got to play Sunday again, so we've got to be sharp. The statistics: you've scored more in the Champions League and in the Eredivisie. Is it the fact that you get more space in the Champions League than the Eredivisie? Or I've heard that from the trainer, and the trainer's given his reasons, and he's right. You know, if you play against Napoli with Liverpool, it's completely different than, you know, if you play against Fortuna Sittard. They defend with every man behind the ball. It's completely different. But yeah, in the Champions League, you get more space, especially in transition, because, you know, they dare to play football, and then you've got more room when the backs come up. So yeah, you just got to be deadly. You got to be killer in front of the ball. So I have to, you know, I have to myself be a bit sharper in the Eredivisie, but 15 minutes is more difficult than playing in the Champions League. You know, for example, against Arsenal, you have difficult moments. You know, you didn't really expect to be on the bench so often. What's it like going through those difficult moments? Of course you have difficult moments. You see things come and go, and things that happen. You know, he's not worthy of playing for PSV. You just got to stay sharp and help the team, even if you don't play. Keep on training well. Be there for the lads. You know, and I'm here for those moments. The minutes I get, you just have to give everything for those minutes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Not everybody in life enjoys from everything, so fortunately, you know, it worked out well tonight, and I'm really happy. I'm over the moon. I'm happy for the club, and this is just fantastic. A few nice sprints after the interviews for the man of the match. It looks like you got some energy left after playing. Yeah, the lads chase me. You know, it's really nice that everyone like celebrates with us, and you know, this is really for them as well. A little sprint there, hurry up. The fact that you're not worthy of playing for PSV, if you look at the statistics, no. You know, you see it happen. As a footballer, those sorts of things can happen. You get those sort of reactions. You just got to be strong. You have the confidence in yourself, keep on training, and in the moment that you get the chance, give it all. I know what I can do, and I know what I can achieve. And having looked at the top scorer list in the Champions League, no, you're not at the top there. But yeah, but you're up there. Whereabouts am I? You're in the 15 position, I think. Also, I'm not in the starting line up there either. Peter Bosz said a little while ago, perhaps for the Moroccan national team, is that you got a possibility of playing for them? Is that a dream for you? A dream that you could make come true? It's the first time I've been in the pre-squad. That was really nice to experience. That, you know, I was in there, had the chance of being in the squad. That was a childhood dream. Hopefully it becomes reality. I do everything I can to make that come true, and I do my best, and then that's just up to them to make the decision. I think you've left your business card for after this, haven't you? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Congratulations. When you were a year or 8 years old, you dreamed about this sort of evening. Is that what you dreamt of? Yeah, when I was a little lad. It's about football. You know, you want to dream about being a professional footballer, and, you know, we've become that. Of course, you look towards the Champions League. It really is a dream. You're the best of the world. That's where you are. That's where you belong. In this competition, it's just a boy's dream to be what you always have, and if you can experience it, you know, it's just brilliant. Must be really strange to get like that trophy, isn't it? It's, of course, really nice, you know, against Arsenal. I could have had a chance of getting it, but against Napoli didn't get it. But now, it's just fantastic to receive that, and it's going to have a nice little place on my mantelpiece around. I'm going to have a little think about what I'm doing. Enjoy. Congratulations. 2 years ago, you played at Waldestein, and now you're scoring here. Is it, you know, a childhood dream? It's just bizarre, just strange, weird. It's just, you can only dream about it, and, you know, no one can wake me up from this. It's just amazing. Oh, just amazing. But the difficult moments that you've had, you haven't really played that many minutes. The moments where you have to think, okay, I really can't do this. Maybe I'm going to leave the squad. What are your thoughts on that? Of course, if you don't play a lot, you start thinking of, you know, this is a bit of a not so nice period. I'm happy that, you know, I didn't leave, or, you know, I've got some minutes and I'm getting more minutes. And you experience so many nice things that I can't imagine missing in this for one moment. I'm just good. I train, and I'm liking training at this high level. I get some minutes. I've got a really nice team. I'm developing myself. At this moment, I'm just good. You're 11 on the top scorers list. Yeah, well, okay, in the starting lineup then, yeah. Congratulations. I see that you've got the trophy. Are you going to take it home with you to bed or what? Yeah, I'm going to take it home with me to bed. You've seen the Messi with the World Cup. Is that the type of thing that's going to happen? I've thought of something about I'm going to do, but yeah. We're going to finish. Thank you, everyone, and have a nice evening.
Jullie ook.